Hi, and welcome to the video series on creating video support centers. I'm really excited about this video series simply because I've been creating video support and training videos for the last 7 years for other people, which I started out doing, and then creating video products and video support for my own products. So I've made a lot of mistakes in the past and I've learned a lot. So what's exciting here is I get to teach you what I've learned and what works well in creating video support centers. And you probably have already an idea of what some video support centers are. They are pretty much the backbone of a product. So this video is video number 1. It's the introduction to video support centers. What I want to do now is just basically talk about video support centers. As you probably already know, video support centers or video support training videos, whatever you call it, helps with the product. It should help the customer prepare for using the product effectively, or how to use the product and then using the product effectively. So I'll go into 3 stages of creating video support centers. If you do it right, you will be able to lower support tickets. You will be able to lower refund rates. You will be able to create high stick rates because people are going to love you for the video support that you provide. And then you're going to be able to build relationships with customers because customers are going to see that you actually care, and by creating videos that kind of build a relationship with them. And it lets you run your business on autopilot by taking care of all of these things, and removes a lot of the problems that you're going to face while running your business. Now I want to give you a quick overview of this whole video series as a whole. So what you're kind of seeing, what I'm doing right now, is I'm preparing you for the video series. And this is kind of what you'll be doing. You'll be preparing the customer for whatever product that you're creating. So back to this video series, a quick overview. Video number 1 is this video. Video number 2, we're going to talk about planning and customer analysis. Before you actually create your video support center, you need to know what to create. So it's very, very important to plan and to understand your customers, to analyze them, to understand their needs, their problems, and so forth. Like, for example, when a customer purchases your product, then you need to understand their needs. You need to understand what they're looking for, and how are they looking to your product to fix their problem, to fulfill their needs, and so forth, so that you can make sure that in your videos you actually talk about that. In video number 3, we're going to talk about beta testers and how to find them. Beta testers are so important simply because they give you constructive criticism. You're looking for people who can give you constructive criticism, and while it might be hard for you to listen to them, it's very important because these types of people, there are some people that will tell you everything is fine and dandy. And those are not really the type of people that you want to beta test your product. You want somebody who will pick your product apart, smash it into little bits, and give you kind of an overview of what you need to fix. Now, video number 4, we're going to talk about screen capture or PowerPoint slides and the technical stuff. So, for example, when you create your video support center, should you use PowerPoint or should you use screen capture? Now, there is a point in time when you need to use screen capture, and there isn't a point in time when you need to create PowerPoint slides. For example, you will notice that the first few videos in this video course will be PowerPoint slides because I need to talk about the fundamentals. And then when I actually show you how to do it, then you can talk about screen capture. But I'll talk more about that in video number 4. Video number 5 is the beginning stage 1 of the 3 stages, which is getting people ready. So before you actually talk about the product, which most people do in stage number 2, they skip stage number 1, talk about preparation, and then it helps you speed the process of how to do it. And then Stage number 3 will be maximizing the potential and effectiveness of the product. Once they learn how to use the product or how to use your advice, then how can they effectively maximize that potential? In this area here, your customers will thank you simply because you will be helping them effectively implement and take action. And that's where a lot of people fail. A lot of customers fail simply because they learn how to do it, but they just don't know how to maximize that product. So I'm going to help you show your customers how to maximize the potential and effectiveness of using your product to fulfill and solve their needs. And of course, last but not least, I'm going to be talking about video number 8 on becoming a support consultant. So there are 2 different avenues that you can take. You'll learn how to create a video support center for your own product, but second of all, how to approach product owners to create video support centers for them, because a lot of product owners are focused on their product. They just don't have time to create video support centers for themselves. So that bonus right there is just kind of like an extra little income there. Tools that you're going to need some sort of screen capture software, for example, Jing, Camtasia, or ScreenFlow if you have a Macintosh. So Jing and Camtasia, I believe Camtasia actually is compatible to the Macintosh, but ScreenFlow is as well. And PowerPoint, you can use PowerPoint, you can use Keynote if you have a Macintosh. It's about the same thing. You also need to have a USB microphone. I recommend a USB simply because it's easier to get, and you can use USB microphones like Audio-Technica, Samson, Blue Machines. In fact, right now I'm using an Audio-Technica microphone. It's not necessarily a USB microphone, but it's a condenser microphone. So I say USB simply because it's easier. You don't really need to know all the jargon and so forth. So in terms of where to find it, I recommend going to Amazon.com if you can. Amazon, look at the reviews. If you can't buy it on Amazon, just go there anyways and look at the reviews. Find a microphone, specifically possibly a condenser microphone, and go buy it somewhere else where you can buy it. These 3 microphones, I have all of these 3 types of microphones, and they have worked wonderfully. Last thing I want to talk about in this specific video are the 3 stages. Now, I briefly talked about them earlier, but I just want to focus in on them because these 3 stages are pretty much what makes up a video support center. Now, the customer analysis and everything else like that is important, but what I found is most people do the how-to section. They show you how to use a product and that's it. But then the customer, you got to be prepared. There's many different types of customers. Some customers will come in, they don't really know what the product is for. They just purchase your product and you automatically assume that. So you need to prepare them. Okay, what now? What do you do now? Like you got to download the product and then what? This and that. And then how to use the product is simply how to, your product in itself, like the advice that you're giving them or the software product that you're giving them, how to use a product. And then last but not least, how to maximize the potential of your product. In other words, how can people take that software product and really, really use it? And I'll talk more about that in that specific video, but a good way to do it is to show people examples. The more examples, the better. And the more real life examples that you can provide them, the better, so that they can really see why it's used, how it's not just how it's used, but why it's used, how it's used, and how to use it in real life examples. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2. Let's talk about the planning and customer analysis stage, which is a vital stage to get your video support training center up and running the right way.